All right, we are here with episode 2 of Fair Magic,
That's right.
a podcast, Twitch streaming live show
Thing.
with people who are here at a normal hour
Yep.
of their own free will,
That is true.
which is how we film this show.
Yep.
I have
It's specifically why we film it in a room with no windows.
Yep.
yes.
Totally believable. That's a normal
It's
hour.
to remind people that they're here of their own free will.
Yeah.
There's no windows.
Yeah.
So we have Cass,
Yo.
Grimsy.
Yep.
We're here to talk about some Fair Magics. They're also playing Heads Up Commander,
No, we are playing French EDH.
playing
sir.
French EDH, sir.
Yeah.
Dual commander.
Which
Yeah.
is good because that's actually going to be the theme of this episode.
Oh God.
EDH.
All right.
We're coming up with fair EDH cards.
All right.
Now, the one we were talking about outside
Oh god.
was
Fair, yes.
door to nothingness, except for it exiles 2 players and they go play a sub game.
The winner comes back at full life, full hand.
I have questions about this.
Oh, of course you do.
So wait,
we all do.
Winner comes back and draws 7 cards. Is
Yeah.
that it?
I think so.
Draw 7, 40 life.
Winner comes back, draws up to 7. So wait, do they bring their permanents with them in the sub game?
No. The
No,
So
no,
they
no.
come back with no lands.
the permanent stay in the game. The game
Oh,
pauses.
Yeah.
They take their library to the
They
sub
take
game.
their library
Only
to
what
the
is in their
sub game.
library.
Yeah.
If they have no library, they lose that sub game
Okay, so
before
wait,
it starts.
can
Yeah.
the other players continue playing while the sub game happens?
Nope.
Absolutely.
They have to
You
stop
have to sit
playing.
and watch.
They have to stop
This
playing.
this is their punishment for playing EDH. It's
Uh-huh.
a political game.
How dare you? Stop everything.
Alright.
We're gonna play another game of EDH inside this game of EDH. Well, that card sounds fair, but bad.
Tilt. That's
You're gonna have a lot
That's
of tilts on this game.
Sure.
I got it.
So what do you think, Grimshaw? Fair?
Sounds like fair magic.
It's pretty fair.
It sounds fair but terrible.
It sounds real bad.
Yeah, I'll
Like-
rock with this one.
Sure, I'm good. I mean, basically, what you're looking at is regularly you're going to be playing a 4-man, right? So, 2 people start a game of 2-headed giant.
What?
Yeah, start a sub game
Alright.
of 2-headed giant.
And now start a sub game involving all players. Just use their libraries. The winner comes back, draws up to 7, gains their life back.
Wait.
You just created. What's the name of the freaking card? Scheherazade? Is that right?
Created
Yeah.
Scheherazade.
Just keep creating Shahrazad.
You made We've gone from something
Okay.
that was worse than Scheherazade back to
Scheherazade.
Scheherazade as a point of compromise,
Riddle
which I
me
feel
this.
like is how original Scheherazade
Not
was
me.
printed.
Yep.
So,
Very
wait,
likely.
riddle me
Yeah.
this: Scheherazade, fair magic or not?
Uh,
Fair. Fair is the name of the episode.
I mean,
Yes.
like sort of though, because
It's a deep philosophical question when you think about it.
it really is. I don't personally know how to feel about it.
Yeah, because fair is one thing, comparative to everything else. Like, is it good gameplay? Is it fun? Like,
Also, I kind of feel like
Smallpox is not a card that's fun for
around.
anyone.
Let's
It is
have a
the definition of
discussion
fair.
about fair magic,
Okay.
because like I feel like around the shop and also in general the magic community, a fair magic card or playing fair magic is often conflated with bad.
Yes, very
Just
much
bad
so.
cards.
I play a 2/2 for 2.
That's
Actually,
fair
it's
magic.
Fair. That's
Yeah.
fair,
Fair.
magic.
Here's the 2/2 for 2 that I'm playing that actually does more.
Cool.
Yep.
You know,
Is that card fair? It's
Actually,
pretty
yeah,
fair.
that's really fair.
That's an extremely fair.
yes,
card.
Yeah.
this is truly fair. Is it powerful? Yes.
So we're talking about Amara Soul of the Accord. That's
Yeah.
the new one that came out.
Amara, Honda Accord.
Yeah.
Amanda Soul of the Honda Accord.
Yep.
What does she do again?
Whenever she becomes tapped, create a 1/1 with lifelink.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Okay.
And for this set,
Um,
Convoke is the mechanic of her guild,
Yeah.
so she'll become tapped a lot in those
If only
situations.
there was a way to make creatures be tapped.
Hmm.
yeah.
Maybe like a fair magic card.
Yeah.
Tap a creature and perhaps deal 2 damage to it.
Maybe.
Like Sonic Assault, the common from Guilds of
But that
Ravnica.
deals 2 damage to target opponent. It's an extremely
Yeah.
fair card.
That's true.
Yep.
I'm going to play a Verdant Catacombs and fetch up a Bayou, go to
Mhm.
18, and Chainer's Edict you.
Yep.
All right, how
You're
about
up.
this? I got an idea for a fair magic card.
Uh-huh.
So it's like a land,
Sure.
but it is like 2 lands at once. It's like a swamp forest.
Okay.
And it taps for both.
Does it tap for both at the same time?
Yes. Not for both at the same time. Either or.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, both at the same time, that's not fair magic.
It's not fair
That's just
magic.
demonstrably unfair.
I feel like what I'm describing also would not be considered fair magic.
Honest to God, if they had just never printed dual lands, Magic would be a lot more fair.
Dual lands, not fair.
Actual
hot takes on the podcast.
anything that is functionally better than a basic land.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're $500.
500. I'm like almost a G now.
That's correct.
Yeah, but like on average, they're about $500.
Or
But
4.
400 doll hairs.
Yeah.
for a single unit of cardboard. It's nice. And
If
it's
you
not
would
fair.
like some dual lands,
We actually have them all in stock right now.
dmgames.co. Free shipping on orders over $75.
Which will coincidentally be any of these cards.
Yes. Imagine that.
Yeah.
I didn't get to tap my
We will send them by bonded courier to make sure they arrive.
That is
Bondage
true.
courier?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually me. Like that time, we had somebody ordered Gloomhaven and they lived in Charlottesville.
Leo?
I was like, well, we have to pay
Fast.
$50 to ship this, or I can just drive to their house. So I
Uh-huh.
called them and set that up. I won't name names because that's
Uh,
unprofessional.
is that
Also,
Target?
I don't remember.
Actually, no.
Command zone.
Yeah, that's what I want.
But yeah, it's cheaper to
Okay.
send out a will than
So,
I'm very cheap.
uh,
I did that
yeah.
for a soda. How's
you
that
make a land
shit,
draw?
UPS?
did you make a land drop?
no.
Waste your tower
Damn,
and pass.
Mhm.
it's an absolutely brutal game of Magic.
Yeah, we're both playing very high power decks.
Oh man,
Think holster.
like wait, are you playing Smash Lady?
He's playing Saskia. I'm
Yeah.
playing Leovold.
Damn.
It do.
Saskia is currently one of the more competitive decks. Leovold has, to my knowledge, a single good Leovold player, and that is it as far as competitive Magic
It could
goes.
be you.
It's not.
You could be a contender.
No.
No.
My list is substantially different from his.
Yeah, don't fucking do that.
Yeah, you're right.
So wait, what is his list?
I don't know. It's a lot more counter magic, which is not roll my speed. Like I run good counter spells, but I don't run counter spell itself.
Oh yeah, I had kind of an epiphany that I wanted to discuss with you guys on
What's
Fair
up?
Magic.
You're up.
Are counter spells bad?
Yeah. They are bad game design in that. I'll fetch.
In that your spell that you invested in doesn't do anything now.
Yeah.
Kill spells are good. Hey, that creature you got down, I've got an answer to it.
Are counter spells like actually bad though?
Oh,
As
like
far
in
as-
the gameplay?
Yeah.
No. No, they're very good.
Are they actually bad in multiplayer? It can be very good if you are playing political multiplayer games or games where you early on realize who the biggest threat is.
Or where you
become the
draw a
biggest
lot
threat.
of cards.
Yeah, or where you draw a lot of cards and you just constantly counter things.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
But,
puzzling it out. I was playing a lot of Keyforge, and I was thinking about
Mm-hmm.
like how you want to get ahead on board in order to
Mhm.
win the game in Keyforge. And I was thinking about how in Magic, in order to use a counter spell, you have to not accelerate on board and wait. And the best case scenario is you keep your
Yes.
opponent's board from accelerating,
Uh-huh.
and that seems just worse than
This game, man.
accelerating your board.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is...
Damn, was that like a 6-turn
I just
commander?
He scooped because he wasn't drawing land after I blew up his land.
No.
couldn't play anything. It was a.
Like, I would have won eventually.
We know how
But,
it goes.
yeah.
We've played this matchup many times.
So in your opinion, counter spells really are. I guess if you're.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal with a counter spell. Let's say you're drawing one card per turn.
Uh-huh.
Are you advancing your resources each turn? Does Keyforge allow you to do that while holding up counter magic? It would be the example.
Yeah, there's not really counter.
Yeah, there's not.
Keyboard.
Yeah.
In Magic, you just keep making your land drops. That means you can play more counter spells.
Mm-hmm. And
Eventually, you get to
eventually
the point-
some giant
yeah.
spell.
some
Basically,
giant spell, or
they're a delay tactic that lets you get to a late game which otherwise wouldn't exist.
yes,
Yeah. Now,
counter
I guess
spells,
that's the-
fog effects,
Uh-huh.
unsummon effects.
It's also
Wrath
good, because
effects.
counter spells have like a fixed cost, and you could be stopping your opponent from playing like a crazy huge spell.
Yeah.
So you could
Yeah.
outvalue them that way.
Variable counterspells, narrow counterspells, counterspells that delay the card rather than just outright counter it. Those are the ones that are more fair.
Yeah.
Ones that require a higher entry gate or have a limited
I
target.
will say delay is way more of a ball buster than a hard counter.
At times, yes, because
Like-
they can't get the card back for a
Exactly.
few turns even.
Yeah.
It depends on what the card that you're countering is. If you
Yeah.
counter a counterspell with it, yeah, you just made a card that is useless.
Mhm.
If you counter, an Eldrazi with it, if you're not doing anything for those 3 turns, they're going to cast that Eldrazi again, get the trigger again.
Yeah, but you'll have more counter magic at that point.
But they're probably going to
Stifle.
raid on your parade still.
Stifle.
Stifle a fair card.
Yes,
Yeah, actually.
because it is extremely narrow. The more narrow you make a card, no matter how powerful it is, once it is to that narrow point,
Oh, man.
extremely fair.
I wonder if counterspells would even be good in Keyforge.
I'm push this back.
They'd be
I'm gonna
way
keep
worse.
this and see where it takes
They'd be
me.
way worse than they would be in Magic.
Yeah.
Because none of that board acceleration stuff matters when you're playing 30% of your hand every turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you would have to choose the house. No, they functionally don't work because you don't
Yeah.
choose a house on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, it would. I'm saying if they finagled them to work, they
The
still
closest
wouldn't be
thing
as
you
good.
could do would be the seal cycle. Had a not seals. What's the one? The cycle that cycles. And there's the one that you can cycle the counters a spell. Comes in
Yeah.
gains depletion counters, counter the next
Ah.
spells. That one would be the closest thing. A
Yeah.
permanent that counters
There's
a
not
spell.
even rules in the game for responding to things. So they would have to finagle some shit, or they would do it like Hearthstone, where you play something and it creates a trap for when your opponent does X, you do Y, and it's secret.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
So that could work, but I would hate that mechanic, so I don't want to do that. I think it's fine the way it is. I was just pointing out that even if they made counterspells work the way you would think they would work, they still wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
Maze.
Did you draw?
I forgot.
You have the scary art for Maze of Ith.
I do. I love this art.
Real and sound. Can I show the camera?
Uh-huh.
You guys have any ideas for
Taika.
fair EDH cards?
All right.
All right.
4 mana instant.
4 mana instant.
1 generic. 2 blue, 1 red.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in my colors. I like
Yeah.
it.
Retrace. Which,
Okay.
for those of you who are unaware, is the mechanic that allows you to discard a land card from your hand as an additional cost to play this card from your graveyard.
Okay.
It does not exile itself afterward.
Yeah.
It is still in your graveyard to be played again later.
Yeah. Create a 1/1 with prowess.
Oh,
It's not a wizard.
Yeah, this was my
interesting.
design, and it might end up in a design of mine later on. It might be a bit more aggressively costed just because I want that format to be very aggressive.
So this is part of
But-
a
Part of a
set.
A headcanon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a big old headcanon, enemy color pairs, Phyrexian Machine God World, a bunch of using
Is it
different.
my turn?
It is now. Yep. A bunch of
So-
using different resources.
So-
What
other
creature
than
type would it
just
be?
mana. It could be a weird or an elemental. Elemental if you want an elemental sub theme, or weird if you wanted to do.
Be able
fuck
to
all with
just,
anything
yeah,
else.
Not do anything.
Yep. But it's a 1/1 with prowess for repeatable 4 mana.
For repeatable 4. That's
Instant
pretty
speed.
nice.
3 mana sorcery speed
And
is
instant
an
speed.
option as well.
Immune?
Interesting. And it doesn't proc itself either, so it's just a 1/1 when you cast it.
But the next one, next time you cast it, I got to terminate.
So you
And
cast
an
it again,
absent
and then
charm.
you get a 2. You have a 2/2, and then 1/1.
Yeah.
That is. I think that's pretty fair. That
Uh-huh.
is eminently fair. There's some busted ass shit you can
3.
do with it, but that's true of like half of Magic cards.
Yeah.
Shock. Lily, plus.
I'm gonna try and think of a political card
Okay.
that I would want.
Okay.
I just want to make Mystic Barrier, but like again, so that I can have 2 of them.
Which
It
one's
won-
that one again?
Mystic Barrier is it's a 5-mana white enchantment, and it says pick a direction.
Oh, yeah,
Players
yeah.
can only attack in that direction.
Make it where they can only cast spells targeting players.
Oh!
Too.
All right. 1 blue, 1 white, 2 colorless. Players can only. How would you word that? Players
Oh,
can
God.
only cast spells targeting the permanents and players on their right or left. Something like that.
No target. Yeah, I'll swing in with that.
Sure, 4 blocks. I'll Diabolic Edict.
Sure. I'm going to go ahead and anguish that now.
Sure.
Is that fair magic? Assuming we figure out how to make that card work.
No.
It's
God,
not
no.
fair. It wouldn't even do anything in a single player game.
Yeah.
Tracker.
I feel like you would just run that.
Wasteland.
Yep.
Trigger, get a clue, blow up your.
They're both red-green.
Sure.
You would just run that in like oh shit, what's the name of the combo monk? She
Yep.
attacks and you exile 4 cards and cast them for free.
Narset, yeah.
You just play that in Narset and then just win.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
What if it's like Emperor, where you can only target, like spells have a limited range. You can only target the person sitting next to you and then like not the people farther away.
Uh-huh.
Like regionalization, the spell.
Yeah. Players other than the player to your left gain protection from each player.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh.
Untap.
This game doesn't end well for me right now.
It's
So
just
yeah,
not-
you can't
No. I just
attack
haven't
them
been drawing
at
lands.
all. Okay,
ever.
what's the mana cost on that? What color spell?
You don't
is
have
it?
2 blues, you have 1 blue.
I think it's
3.
like
Lily, -2, combat, swing at your Lily.
Yeah. There's no winning that game for me.
Nope.
Not hitting lands today, not hitting mana.
how many
Yeah, it
times
feels
was
fun.
that?
That was turn 5.
What the fuck?
French is fast.
Well, also Cass is scooping earlier than
Yeah.
like drawing it out and letting
Yeah.
me slowly
Just,
crush him like my
pulse
deck is
smash,
designed to do.
I know the matchup extremely well.
Just scooping before you get in the garlic press?
Yeah.
Understandable.
Seeing that your arm is already in the piranha's mouth, it's like, well, I don't need this arm
I
anymore.
want to go boneless.
Mhm.
Okay, so 1 bright, it's like 1 white, 1 red, 1 blue, and 2 colorless. It literally doesn't matter.
No.
You can make it a colorless artifact that costs 5.
Yep.
Players pick a direction. Players other than the player in that direction.
Each
you-
player gains protection from all players except the player to their left.
Oh, God.
Can you do left or right?
Yeah, pick a direction.
Each
Each
player,
player.
except for the player on that direction, gets protection from every other player.
Yeah.
Just, oh my God.
I still love the
Yeah.
fact that Teferi's protection was printed. You have protection from everything. Your life total can't change. All your permanents phase out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just you're not here.
You're not here. Your graveyard's still here. Your hand is still here. They can't thought seize you, but they can say each player discards cards or look
Right.
at.
Uh-huh.
What
Look
about
at a
Teferi's
player.
protection, but for 4, and the name of the card is I gotta go pee pee. So I feel
And
like
it's blue.
no, not fair, not fair magic. What if it was red? You hear me, Mark Rosewater? Next unstable set. Give me that card.
Mhm.
Oh, we should do fair magic unstable.
Oh man.
That'd
All
be
right,
very
I'm down.
nice. All right, I'm gonna try and think of like 1 more fair magic card
Sure.
for EDH. If we can all get out 1 more, then we will have made good content.
An actual fair one, if certain cards in EDH, much to my chagrin, will never get dealt with, would be permanents you control are uncurable. Uncurable is a keyword they tried to do in Eldritch Moon, which means this card can only die.
Ha!
It can't be unsummoned, it can't be tucked, it can't be exiled. This card can only die. This card is here to die.
Interesting.
In response to your Cyclonic Rift Overloaded, all my stuff's uncurable. Good day, sir.
Wild. Yeah, honestly, not getting bounced would be a pretty sweet mechanic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Permanents you control could not be returned to your hand is all you would need.
Can we make it red? Just like a red instant. Permanents you control are unbounceable. I would probably be green, right?
It would be green.
Yeah, green is the very much the hey blue, stop doing that shit to me. Green and blue together is
All
like,
right, how
hey,
about
I'm
this?
gonna do that shit to everyone.
3. We'll make it 3 green, so it's like impossible to cast.
Okay.
And any other color. Yeah.
And 2 colorless. Creatures you control can't leave the battlefield this turn. And then it's like pseudo indestructible also.
Opponents can't cause creatures you control to leave the battlefield this turn.
Yeah, that is a lot less broken.
Yeah.
Effects opponents can't control can't cause your creatures to leave the battlefield this turn. Now let's just make it creatures.
Wow, that's actually very fair.
They wrath,
fair.
you're like, no, everything's still here.
Cyclonic counter target Cyclonic Rift, 3 green mana. How about that? That's a free
Yeah.
card.
That is a very fair card. I'll play my Death Ray. Pass.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that has been Fair Magic. These boys are going to ramble it out a little bit more.
Yep.
Should we keep it? We'll do one more game on the stream.
Sure,
If I
why
come
not?
up with
Yeah,
a-
this one I feel like might actually have some potential to it.
Yeah.
if I come up with more Fair
Draw.
Magic cards, that will happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably just come up with really terrible cards.
Oh.
Ooh,
Okay.
is that a lightning bolt?
Mhm. I'll
Nice.
swing for 1 as well since it was
Sure.
clear.
Makes more sense in this format, probably.
It does.
What with the 20 life?
Yep, it is reach, but it is also the most ubiquitous removal spell.
That being said, one of lightning bolt and EDH, I'm a fan.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've died to Helix before, but it was essentially the same thing. He had Bolt in his deck.
Shiggity diggity.
Sometimes you just got to get in there.
Yeah, sometimes you do.
But I died to Helix off of a Sunforger once, which is
Oh, actually,
it's just because he found Helix first.
this isn't
Wow.
this isn't a it's not an EDH card. You could play it in EDH. I was saving it for the Time Spiral block Fair Magic that we were gonna do. We're now doing Time Spiral block Fair Magic.
Oh God,
You ready for this?
no.
Planar Chaos.
Planar Chaos Fair
Yeah.
Magic.
Okay, Time Spiral block would be what does this card do? Whatever you want to, and it
Literally
untaps
whatever you
mana
want,
cost.
it's the wrong color. Who gives a shit? All right, how about this? 2 red and 1 colorless. Counter target spell, unless that spell's controller takes 7 damage.
7 is too much. I
Seven's
could do
too
5.
much. 5 damage?
Yeah.
You
Yeah, that happens.
Choose you 6.
Yeah, that
Wow.
seems reasonable.
That's what this deck does. 6 damage.
Alright, so counter target
Yeah.
spell unless that spell's controller takes 5 damage. Fair Magic, Cass. What do you think?
It's not in their color pie in the slightest. That being
Yeah.
said,
It's like almost
we
deliberately
already.
the opposite.
What's the mana cost of it?
It's the same as counter spell but red. Or not counter
That
spell.
being said,
cancel. It's the
Cancel.
same as cancel. but red.
cancel. Yes, because we have Withering Boon at 1 and a black counter target creature spell. And
Yeah.
those same conditions.
I think it's pretty fair. And the fact that it's 5 damage, or even 7 damage, means that it's unplayable pretty much in EDH.
Marin.
Although I would 100% run it. With
Yeah.
thought. If I had access to that, I would run it with damage doublers.
Oh, yeah.
Take 10.
Yep, I'm down to 6.
You're up. Trigger, nothing.
Yep.
I have
Oh,
experience
man.
of 0, though.
If only I had known that were coming.
Ooh.
So, for those of you unaware, I drew a Teferi's Puzzle Box.
Ah!
And if I had played the untapped land that I had in my hand the turn before and played Leovold,
I would have no hand for the rest of the game.
he would have literally no hand. But that didn't happen.
No.
So I scooped because I'm
Oh,
dead.
did Cass get there?
Yep.
Yep.
You pull one down?
Mhm.
All right. So that's what? 3-1?
2-1.
2-1.
Yep.
All right. Well, that has been Fair Magic. Check back in next whenever when I abduct other people to also talk about Fair Magic.
Yep.
Not abduct.
Of their own free will.
Abduct of your own free will.
100%.
The best.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye now.